Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading this is your mega deck reading, and this is for a bonus reading for May, and we're just going to see what comes up. This right here is mega deck. It is a combination of the Shaman's Dream Oracle, the Sacred Shaman Oracle, and the Good Tarot, and all three of these are upside down apparently, but what else is new? We're going to just see what wants to come up for you. In your first row, you have the Arrow, you have the Smoky Mirror, and the Time Master. Again, I kind of feel like this is talking about your past. Maybe you've had a hard time with your direction or understanding like what direction your life is meant to go. And so I feel for a lot of you, there has been a lot of confusion. I feel like you're hoping for clarity as well. I also, I have the words feeling bad popping into my head. I don't think you feel bad necessarily. I get this weird feeling that it's like maybe you've started something that you don't actually want to do. And you could be saying like, I don't really want to do this. I want to change my direction. And you could be feeling bad about this, but really, I kind of feel like the universe is saying, no, you have to undergo this transformation. For some of you, I feel like this is in work or business. It's like maybe you accepted something in work or business, like a new project or something. And it's just like maybe you're just not feeling it. Maybe you're just not liking it as much as you thought you would, or it's taking up too much time or whatever. So I do feel like there could be a change. For others, I actually feel the opposite. I feel like for some of you, you've started something that's so successful that you're going to keep doing it, or you're going to double down on it. So, obviously take it how it resonates. One of those stories is going to make sense for you. Could also be love, I guess, as well, but you have this Smoky Mirror card, so, it's like maybe you didn't see things clearly when you started, whatever you started, or maybe something was, you kind of made something out to be better than it actually was. I'm also getting a weird message here, Aries, that if you don't like the situation, like if this is work or business, I just looked over at this Upper World card, and it said to me, you could change the situation as well, meaning you don't have to leave the situation. Maybe there's a way that you can make it more enjoyable. So, I kind of have three questions for you. Or three, I think there's three options. You can either, change, or, some of you are liking the direction, so double down on it, right? Others of you are not liking it, so you could change. Or the other option is you could turn it into something that you actually like, but maybe it just needs to change, and that's okay. I feel like sometimes people don't realize that it's like when we start something, it's okay to let it become a living, breathing thing. I just relaunched my Tarot Masterclass, for example, and I'm putting in a bunch of bonus extra classes in there now. But it's based off of some feedback and what people are saying. It's I've allowed it to become a living, breathing thing. I'm allowing, people to, guide it and allow it to be more of what they want. So I think more people need to be willing to do that. Whatever you're working on, it's okay if it morphs, if it changes. And that's probably going to be more successful right now anyway, because we have Uranus and Taurus, which is like building a garden. It's like building something that can provide for you for a long time. You have this Time Master card. I kind of see this as a challenge for whatever reason. I feel like maybe you feel like you're running out of time, or you spent too much time doing something. Number one, I wouldn't worry too much about things. I feel like you have plenty of time, number one. But, I also kind of feel like you do feel, maybe not right now, but I feel like over the next 6 months or so that you will be getting time back. So, maybe you feel like you're running out of time, your days just fly by, you're just doing the same thing day in, day out. I have that very kind of mundane work type of energy, but it might be anything. It might just be life in general, right? You could just feel like day in, day out, every day is the same, and it's like you're running out of time. I kind of get that feeling here, but I feel like that's about to change for you here, Aries. So let's see. With the Arrow, you have the Three of Cups. Definitely some sort of celebration coming in for you. Going this way, you go to the Three of Wands, and you also go to this Sky Dancer card, which says surrender on it. Three of Cups and Three of Wands to me can say that there are some things that you actually would enjoy doing in your life that would lead to a lot of progress, but maybe you have to surrender to those things. And you might be saying why would I have to surrender to this? It's well, if you have a job but you want to start a business that you would actually enjoy, then you have to surrender to it. If you want love but you're worried about people cheating, it's you obviously have to surrender to your fears and let them go so that you can have something you want. And I kind of get that feeling here. With the Smoky Mirror card, you're about to gain a lot of clarity here, Aries. Really good reading. I feel pretty good about this already, and we haven't even clarified all the way through, but with the Judgment card here, that would be clarity. The Smoky Mirror card, again, is looking into a mirror that's smoky. You don't see everything, that you don't see everything clearly, but the Judgment These people are waking up. They are having a wake up call. And I do feel wake up call vibes where you could be like waking up to something that is like very, very clear to you. What are you waking up to? We're going to look in just a second. But with the Time Master card, you have the Page of Cups. For some of you, I do feel you could be waking up to love in this direction. It could be someone coming in from a distance. Could be a water sign. Could be any sign. This is general reading. But, I feel like you kind of feel like you're running out of time. Or it could be a person, kind of giving me the vibes that this could be a person who's very attractive. So maybe you're like worried that they're going to leave or that you're running out of time in the sense that they're attractive. So people might scoop them up very quickly. I wanted to clarify that Judgment card, and you have the Page of Swords here as well. This is like the balance between, if you're waking up to a new opportunity, right? With the Page of Swords, it's like the balance between needing enough time to look into it and also taking action. The Page of Swords is like the detective, so he has to look into things. So if you're waking up to a new person or a new opportunity, there's going to need to be some research. But I also feel like you're balancing needing to take action as well, because it's like there's like some sort of tipping point here where it's like you have enough information to take action, and also time. It's like if you don't get moving, you're going to miss out. So I wouldn't I kind of get the vibe here of like needing to. You have that Smoky Mirror card, so it's like maybe you're interested in a person, you're not exactly sure if they're single, or you maybe have a bunch of questions. I kind of feel like this is saying you have to take action. You just have to take action. Three of Wands, like, what are you waiting for? So I kind of feel like you just need to get a move on here, because there's only so much information you can gather is what I'm getting. Next, you have this Vision Quest card. I love this card. It's like literally a card of visualizing your future. So I feel like you have been visualizing your future. I feel like you're much more dreamy in it, like a much more dreamy space as well than you normally are here, Aries. And, kind of makes sense based off the astrology, Saturn and Pisces in your 12th house. Also, basically just everything else that's going on, Neptune and Pisces. So you could be having a lot of dreams, and you could catch yourself daydreaming a little bit more is what I'm getting. I feel like you need to kind of move towards these daydreams, or you just need to allow them to happen, because I feel like they're kind of leading you in a direction, and for some of you, it's kind of funny as well, because I get this feeling that some of you feel like you're doing nothing, but you're actually doing something. It's like you're processing things in your brain, or these daydreams are actually guiding you towards something bigger. So don't like beat yourself up if you feel like you're not doing anything. You have the Three of Wands here. I get a very expansive feeling here. Three of Wands can be progress and expansion. It can also be your ships coming in. I do feel really good about money in this reading. You don't have any really money cards, but just intuitively, I feel really good about your finances and like where they're going. But I also feel a very expansive type of energy here. Like if you're moving in a new direction, if you're, doubling down on your business, it's like there's going to be a ton of expansion coming in for you. If you're entering into a relationship with a new person you're curious about, again, I feel like there's going to be a ton of expansion. And I say that because you have this in the hand of, it says the universe is your partner. It's like the universe is on your side. I'm pretty sure either you or Taurus, I can't remember, had this card with me recently. And so I really feel like the universe is on your side. It's like you have the whole universe in your hands. And, I feel like the universe kind of wants you to be successful. I also get the feeling going in this direction, you go to the Six of Cups. Sometimes I feel the Six of Cups is a gift from the universe. One of the traditional ways of reading the Six of Cups is that it can represent a turnaround, but it's like, basically in life we bump up against obstacles. We can receive a gift from the universe from the Six of Cups, where the universe removes those obstacles from our life. And that I'm kind of getting that for you here, where it's almost like you're getting a green light from the universe is what I feel. Let's see. With the Vision Quest card, you have the Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer shores. Definitely major improvements. Again, the woman and the child in this boat, they've been through choppy waters, and now they're kind of like getting to the other side. So I do feel like you're leaving choppy waters. You're finding improvements, or you're kind of like moving towards bigger and better improvements. With the Three of Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Big new opportunity coming in for you. This is going to be very good for you. I'd say any new opportunities that you have in any area of your life are going to be leading to a lot of success. It's kind of funny as well that I feel like some of you could be getting into a situation where it's probably going to be like the hardest work you've ever done, but it's also going to be like the most fulfilling work that you've ever done. For some of you, I do feel this could be love. Like it could be hard work, but I don't mean like hard work like as in the person is hard or difficult. They could just be at a distance. So it's like maybe you have to overcome that obstacle. Maybe they're super busy or they have a lot going on. So it's like you have to be, maybe you're put into a support role or vice versa. Maybe they have to support you, right? Take it how it resonates. But what I would say here is it feels extremely rewarding. And I really feel that for you, Aries. Like you're about to be rewarded big time, but it's like because of the hard work that you've been doing all along, right? With the universe in your hands, you have the King of Cups here. I really feel you need to follow your feelings. King of Cups represents very deep emotions. He's normally sitting deep in the deep ocean. And it kind of represents the fact that he has multiple layers to the things that he is feeling, the things that he wants to do. He's also sitting in choppy waters, but he's perfectly fine. He doesn't care what's going on around him. And so I kind of feel like you need to get a hold of that. You have this Beloved card, which says radical acceptance. And I really feel that we need to move towards our heart at this time. Again, I say this all the time. There has never been a time like this where we are going to feel pulled in two different directions, right? Mark my words, over the next 20 years, you are going to feel pulled in multiple directions unless you pick a direction, number one. But number two, you're going to feel pulled between traditional ideas and, kind of like starting a hippie commune that grows beans and sells them at the farmer's market or something like that, right? Whatever your dream is, doesn't matter. Maybe that's what you dream about doing. But what I would say here is it doesn't matter. The whole point is that Pluto in Aquarius is trying to get us to move more towards our heart, towards things that we love to do. And so if you do that and you listen to your inner voice, you will be very successful. Also, it could be a water sign coming in for some of you. Next, you have this Upper World card, and you have the Serpent as well. You can see that this Serpent has a choice. Like, the Serpent is going in both directions there, towards the upper world and towards the lower world. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you have a choice in what you accept. I think we all have a choice. I do believe that maybe you have seen some choices happen in life. And I think if people really think about it, pretty much everyone has seen people making choices. These people are meant to be a reflection for us. And what the hell am I talking about, right? Well, it's like maybe you saw an ex go back to an ex, right? Just as an example, I've heard like a million people tell me the story that their ex went back to their ex. And I'm like, that is the upper world, lower world dichotomy. That is what we are living in right now. We have a choice between two worlds, as I keep saying, and we can go back to the old world, right? Or we can go towards the new world. So we've seen a lot of people doing these things, right? But there's like a million examples. I'm sure if you think about it, you can look at any decision that people in your life or even globally have made. And some of the choices are old world, some choices are new world. And I would go towards the upper world. You have to listen to your heart, your vibrations, pretty much all those things. The snake would also represent a transformation. So, these new world things are scary because they lead to it. We have to transform basically, but you're going through this transformation. You have this Beloved card. It says radical acceptance. Yeah, we have to accept the things that are happening to us. And also, I think really this is talking about accepting what your heart is telling you to do, no matter what, and not listening to other people. So I really feel this is more about you and listening to your, strong desires. I really feel that you have to maybe surrender to these desires as well, because maybe, I think that our desires right now might not necessarily be easy. It's like if you desire to change your career, maybe that means you have to go back to school. And that's not easy. Maybe it means that you have to, quit your job and go get another one, which isn't easy. If it's about love, maybe it means you have to go dating and, running around on these streets nowadays, right? It's a war zone out there as far as love is concerned, so it's not easy. And, but I feel whatever this is going to be extremely rewarding. As I said, with that Ace of Pentacles, looks very, very good, Aries. With the snake in the upper world, you have a snake, the devil. Well, this is the devil, which normally isn't a snake, but there is a snake on this card. I would say, don't be tempted by the past. Again, you could be, like I said, upper world, lower world. It's like you have a choice between those two things, and I would move towards the future. With the Beloved card, you have the Justice card. It's funny that on this Justice card, this is the White Sage Tarot, by the way. There's a heart right here. So it's like you have to, move towards your heart. I feel like you have to move towards the things that your heart is telling you to move towards. I also think that, that with Uranus and Taurus, it's all about freedom, but it's also about values as well. But also, what I would say with everything going on is that like there could be things from the past where it's like we get something from it, and even though it's not working, so we have to pay attention to justice, meaning cause and effect. Like if I put energy in this, do I actually get what I want or not? I would also say, it's like if you're giving to something that's old world and you're not giving to something that's new world, I would just try the new world thing. And I know this is a very general statement that I'm making, but it's like if you have an old job and you want to try a side hustle, but you're just dreaming about it, I feel like this reading is saying, try the side hustle, just see what happens, because I think you'll be surprised by the cause and effect, meaning you put energy in, you get energy out. I feel like you're going to be surprised by the results you get on this new opportunity. With the surrender, you have the world. The world is about birth. Normally there's a sorceress in the middle of the world card, and she creates worlds. And I literally feel you are just creating your new world at this time, Aries. Very good reading. I love where this is going. You have the Six of Cups here. Again, I kind of feel the turnaround feelings here on this reading. It's funny that there's a reflection of her in the water, and you have that smoky mirror card, which it's impossible to see on these cameras, but there is a reflection on that smoky mirror card. So, I feel like for a lot of you, it's kind of almost like she's yearning for the past, on this Six of Cups, but I really feel there's something much better if you start dreaming coming in for you in the future. I do also get that kind of like gift from the universe type of feeling here, where it's almost as if the universe is getting out of the way, or just it's not like the universe is allowing you to be successful. I don't think the universe prevents our success, but I do think that the universe is almost gifting you with forward progress or more success, and it's like encouraging you to just keep going. You have this Me Talks card. It says, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Mercury retrograde, I would be getting as much, taking care of yourself, getting as much sleep as you possibly can, and like all that other stuff that's always true with Mercury retrograde is what I would say. So, I would pay attention to your body and like what your body is telling you. If you need more rest, take more rest. If you need a break, take a break, right? All that other good stuff. And here you go. You have the Fool. You literally go from the world to the Fool. That's how the tarot works. We go from the Fool to the world, and then we start all over again as the Fool. So world, Fool, right here. There's a very successful new beginning coming in for you, Aries, and I think you're gonna like it, is what I would say. With the Six of Cups, you have the Two of Cups, new love coming in for you for sure. It could be a water sign. I feel like you've been getting water. I also am getting Capricorn as well. So it could be a Capricorn or an Earth sign. Take it how it resonates, but I kind of feel like this person could have a major impact on your life as well. Like I said, I do also feel there could just be a perfect match between you and something that you're going to be working on, and it's almost as if I see you like working harder on it, like I said earlier in the reading, and again, you're probably going to want to work harder on it because you're getting the results. With the Me Talks card, you have the Moon. Yeah, if you're, I feel that you've been on this long journey. The moon, normally there's a path straight down the middle of the moon to some mountains. And so you've been on this long journey in your life, and the mountains on the moon to me represent needing to get to those mountains. Those mountains represent an achievement. So I feel for a lot of you, you're kind of like, if you need you're close is what I feel like that's saying. If you need a break, take a break. With the Fool, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing, but it's also a card of tactics. So he's normally stealing swords from an army that's in the background of the Seven of Swords. And, so he's going to war, but just in a different way. He's not going directly to war with that army. And if you're having a new beginning, I would say, I think this is true for everyone based off the astrology, is like, is there a way to, accomplish something without going directly towards it? Or with, is there an unconventional way to accomplish something that you want to accomplish? And you're going to have to do your research, but, I think that people who think about things nowadays, like, guerrilla marketing, if you have a business, any, like, random guerrilla marketing campaigns you could do, or whatever you can come up with, it's going to be much more successful than just, like, going straight for something, just what the energy rewards right now. We're going to pull 5 main themes. You have this Power card. I feel like you're gaining power. I also feel like you could be standing out. Again, even in love. Like, love is like crazy nowadays. And so sometimes I think we have to attract the right type of person. Maybe we have to, I'm not saying you do anything crazy here. I'm just saying maybe you have to do something different to stand out from the crowd, right? And I'm a big fan of doing that right now. And I'm not just talking about just love. This could be in business and work and your career. Anything you could do to become more unique would be a good idea, Aries. I feel like it'll give you power. You have this bluff card. I feel like you're calling someone's bluff. Like, it could be a person from the past that you're moving on from. For others, I feel like this could be like in business, especially if you're getting a new job or if you're starting something new, you could just be leaving. I also feel, for whatever reason, I get negotiation vibes here. So, if you're like negotiating the purchase of something, I feel like you could be bluffing, but I actually feel like you're going to win even if you bluff, like that you're going to walk away from a negotiation or something. You have this order card. I think that we all probably wish that there was more order to the things that we're doing, but we're living in a time of chaos until like 2027 is, that's where the peak is, right? And I really personally believe that we're going to experience chaotic energy until 2033. I don't think people should be scared of this. I think that they should take advantage of it. If you can just understand that things are not going to go according to plan, and if you can also understand that you can find an extreme amount of abundance and gold by doing your research, then you're going to be more successful than ever. And that's why I always say this. Like, people think I'm like capping here or something, but it's like, I tell people all the time, it's like, yes, things are not going to work how you want. So if you can just get over that right now and realize that you have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold, as I say, meaning that if you're like doing something in business or in love, like your first idea isn't going to work. But if you do your research and come up with new ways of doing things, not everything is going to work. You're going to have to learn a lot about what you're doing, but you will be more successful than ever. So like, do the work. Next, you have the romance card. There you go. Definitely love. We see a lot of love here. This is like a life-changing relationship going this way. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but I literally feel some of you could be, attracting someone that's like life-changing. I do feel like it's more work than you've ever done before, though. I feel like I want to say that, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Again, it's like you want to do the work. Maybe you have to, do the work to get to be with this person, or maybe, they're just. I think sometimes we find a person who's so great that we have to raise our own vibration, right? So that's like the type of work that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like work, right? So I don't know. It looks good to me. Next, you have this choices card. Everybody's had this card this week. So, I would pick the choice that aligns with your heart. That's going to lead to the most success here, Aries. So I love this reading. So much good stuff coming in for you. Clearly, there's like a big opportunity coming in for you as well. But thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.